That's my DJ, y'all. That's DJ Smooth, y'all. We right here. It's single on a Saturday night right here. TGI Fridays, 4,000 City Ad. And we have some big things coming up for single on a Saturday night. We're going to take this all around, all over. We're going to be here and maybe other places. So single on a Saturday night, keep looking out. Keep checking for us on all our social media. Single on a Saturday Night Television on Facebook, Instagram, all over. So check us out. You want to see her. I think you want to see her. You want to see me? How about her? You want to see her? You want to see us?
On location, you said?
Maybe.
Ah.
Maybe. Did we say that anyway? So let's check us out. But you have to keep up with us on social media. I'm Shelly Williams, single, never been married, no children. And I don't know if you heard that it's the broken record, but it is my record. And I like my record. It goes chicka, 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 single, chicka, chicka, single, single, single. I'm single. But I'm happy, though. So we're going to pass it down to, we're going to start with
a stranger that just appeared on the set.
We have someone new. We had someone new today. Let's pass it down to him. He got your microphone.
No one new, just new look. Dr. Dave, soulmate specialist and owner of Diamonds and Rough Consulting. Relationship status, as you all know, that's a broken record for me too. Single but unavailable.
And a reformed Hindu Muslim priest.
Yeah, I mean, you have to. We should say the elephant in the room. You cannot talk without understanding that you don't look the same. Like you went from Becky with the good hair, or you Raheem with the good hair, to David with the no hair. What's going on? Like seriously, you got to talk about it. You have to.
You know, somebody told me a long time ago that was shoe polish. Now I just think he washed his hair. That's what I think.
That's what you think.
They told me that it was shoe polish because it was a little bit too black and pretty. I don't know.
It's a cleansing.
So, yeah.
He decided to reform himself. And the new man has
Well, why won't he talk for
a
himself? Can he talk for himself, please?
All right, let him talk.
Yeah, so the change is primarily spiritual, but also, you know, it was time. It was time to do something different.
Did you want
also,
not people to identify you for your hair? You was tired of people just saying,
no, it wasn't that. It wasn't that deep. It wasn't that deep. But it was kind of spiritual. But also, to be honest, I was trying to bring it low, and I brought it a little too low. So I figured I just take it all even, and then when it comes back, I'll keep it even.
But you know what the problem is with that, right? I know several men who took it low, saying they was going, it was going to come back.
And it never came back.
I'm just, so be ready. Just be ready, baby. Be ready. That's okay, though. You still sexy. Just not as much. Just not as much. Wait a minute. Just not. I'm just saying, just not as much.
She said you had the one fix. You got more than that. I don't know.
As long as I'm not a pretty boy anymore, I can change everything.
You still a pretty boy.
You still pretty.
You still a pretty boy. All right, let's go down to them, Brenda.
Hi, I'm Brendell Thomas, and I am single on a Saturday night.
I heard you wasn't quite single though.
It was the truth. What the real truth?
Are you in a relationship? Tell us about it.
I was telling my daughter that I was
She can't tell
single.
you. She's writing a book about it.
No, she can tell us this because I want to hear it. Go ahead, Brenda.
I was telling my daughter about me being single, and she says, "Mom, you're not single." I'm like, "Why not?" She said, "If you got a lot of two men, then you're not single." So, I don't know what you call that.
So you're not what?
If you got to lie to two men, so that means. So do they both? So you're lying to the two men, like meaning they don't know about each other?
What? No, we're on TV. No.
Oh, I forgot we are on TV.
I have a lot of friends. You know.
That word kills me. I got a lot of friends.
She got friends.
My daughter calls me a food digger. She says I meet men, go out with them just to get a meal. I don't know if that...
Ain't nothing wrong with that. No, it really ain't nothing wrong with that. How can I high five that? High five across.
I'm keeping it real. Girl gotta eat.
I feel you, and I like to eat out. Yes, I high five you on that one. All right, Mr. Light Blue, Baby Blue.
You know what?
Come on.
It feels good to be here, though.
It feels good to see you. I'm so glad to see you.
I know he's all casual and relaxed.
Dave
I
Scott.
don't know. The men like all different today.
That's right. I still got a package deal with Danielle. If Danielle gets married, I'm getting married that same year. I got to put on record. You know what? Well, it's been 4 years now, Shelly.
4 years.
And there's been a huge misconception. Can I
what's
clear
that?
it?
Yeah,
the conception
please.
is that David is 1,000% against marriage and relationships. And I never said that. And my brother, who shaved his head, was the only person that supported me. He heard what I said one day.
But when he heard it, the clipper slipped And then he took it too low because he was like, oh. Then he had to take it all off. So he was surprised too.
I've never thought that you were afraid of marriage. What I think you're afraid of is getting the wrong person, like, oops, wrong person. So you are taking your sweet time and really selecting the person because you are scared of getting the wrong person.
No, let me say it.
Because I've seen some right people in your way.
This is what I said. I said, I haven't met a person that I have connected to on my man's spiritual path, soulmate, et cetera, that I am willing to fight for to maintain a relationship with. That's all I ever said. I am not anti-marriage. I'm not anti-relationship. I've had one for 5, one for 9.5 years. So I'm not anti. I just want to be
You've had one for 5 and 9.5 years?
Yep.
Oh, well, you must be better than me. The longest I've been is 2 years, and that's hard for me. So
I just always want, because since I've never been in love with anybody, I haven't met anybody that put me over the top. That's all I've ever said.
Maybe there is no over the top. Maybe there is no gooey, dooey. Like,
I don't know. Did you read my post today?
Not
Did you
yet.
read my post? I want you to go back and read it. Because the answer is you must make a decision to love.
Oh, yeah, okay.
You must make a decision to love.
Say I've loved people, but I've never been in love with somebody. And I asked the man the difference. I've asked people who's been married, got relationships, what's the difference? And there's only one man that ever said anything that explained it to me that made sense. He says, he's married now. He says, when the woman that I have now, I only loved her when I saw other women and I could see myself being with those other women. But I knew I was in love with her, that when I seen beautiful women, I thought about my wife. That was his transition. To explain, nobody else ever explained in love to me before.
I can't say that because my father would tell you that his fear of my mother made it so that whenever he saw other women, he thought about what his wife would do to him. He was going to go do something different. So that sounds like he was afraid of his wife. I don't like that explanation.
Anthony's talking Raelia, come on.
Yes, I'm Raelia Lewis. Never married, no children, in a relationship.
Is he
Are
a
you
good
in
dude?
love?
Yes, I am.
Is he a good dude?
He's a great dude. I wouldn't be with him if he wasn't.
Oh, you only do great, you don't do good?
No, I don't like good.
All right, good is not enough, right?
No.
Everybody, let's have great people for now. No more good people, great people.
I don't know. Relationships, I don't know. Go ahead, Danielle.
Well, you know I don't know. Because I'm Danielle never said I do because I don't Patterson. And I'm in a relationship. Apparently, my job these days is to just drive him crazy. Because he's still trying to figure out what he needs to do to handle all this.
All of this. Yeah, driving you crazy. So today we're talking about, you know what, entrepreneur, your journey. And last week we were talking to Brenda L. Thomas. She is an author of a lot of books. I don't know how many books. How many books in total?
6 books.
6 books in total. But today we're here to inspire people because sometimes it's hard to even get to your next journey with a man or a woman or in a relationship if you're still trying to find your inner journey. So finding your journey, meaning knowing what you want to do in life, helps you with that. So Raelia, you just wrote a book.
I did. It took me about 10 months to write my book. It's called Trust Your Journey. And it's about my life. I reflect a lot about, my fears and, just my failures of being a model, being a black woman in the industry is anyway. When you walk into a model industry where black women are a token, you face a lot of rejection, a lot of, sorrow and grief. So it took me a really long time to accept myself and understand that, I can attain it, but I just have to work harder for it. So I went to Africa. I lived there for a while, but I moved to LA, and I kind of just found myself. And I decided to use my voice to inspire other people. I was on America's Next Top Model for a while. I was a finalist in 2014, and that was a great experience. So I decided to use that platform to teach other girls who look like me, and even guys, that you can do anything if you believe that you can, but you have to work hard for it.
Absolutely, you have to work hard for it. So
For sure.
when it comes to dating, you're a model.
Yes.
And in the model thought that it seems like you would not be in a relationship. And then you find it hard dating, being an entrepreneur, and really maintaining who you are. Because sometimes I feel like you get some things by flirting. But that's my thought. I feel like you can flirt your way to the top. Not sleep your way, but flirt your way to the top. And being in a relationship makes it hard. But we're going to go to a break right now. TGI Fridays, 4,000 City Ad, single on a Saturday night. We're going to hear more about it.
I felt like Cinderella.
I said, that's fiction. I dropped my hat and ran.
the whole veil comes off.
Little bit X-rated.
Happy birthday, Tracy!
Hit the gas and took off.
That is DJ Smooth. He's available for weddings, bar mitzvahs, karaoke
I'm
events.
glad you made sure you added something to that. Because you was like, he's available. That's DJ Smooth. He's available on the single show.
He might be available. Is he available? Yeah. He is kind of handsome, you know. He Bartholomew with the good hair. He can't be Becky. He can't be Becky with the good hair, but he Bartholomew with the good hair. But we are back, single on a Saturday night. We are talking about your life's journey, and we're talking to Raelia Lewis. And I think David has a question because he looks really inquisitive right now.
This is what I want to know. Okay. I've talked to so many different women, African American women that are entrepreneurs now. Okay. And I keep hearing them say, I don't have time for a social life because everything is investment into trying to get this business going, Is that concept good to have?
No, I think it's bad to have. I feel like you have to be happy. I feel like there's boundaries and you can create them and you choose your life. So I don't want to be miserable all the time. I don't want to always focus on work. There's a time where I can where I can, just sit back and I can chill with my friends. I can enjoy my family time and I can have fun with the person I'm with, and I don't have to focus on that for a moment. And I get on my grind when I need to be on my grind, but I have boundaries. I think it's levels to anything, and I feel like you have to find it.
Okay. Yeah, because I was just wondering, I said, so much time is lost in social life. Because you're so focused on getting this done, getting this project done, getting this done.
I'm sorry. I'm a new entrepreneur. I knew I'm back to being.
Are you balancing it?
I believe for real. Not that I'm not in a relationship, but sometimes a relationship in my head, I'd rather be working on my business because my business is not going to leave me. I'd rather be working on my business because at the end of the day, if I don't get to the point where where the money is coming in, who's going to pick up the pieces? Yeah. I know God supplies my needs, but I'm sorry when I'm sitting here and we sitting here boo love and we on not you and I, but you gonna be my boo for the minute. We sitting here, we watching TV. In my head, I'm like, this is a waste of freaking time. Them people on TV got money, but I need to get that money. So bye boo. Anyway, I got to go work.
I think that's very interesting.
I got to go work.
No, I think that's very interesting that she says that because I absolutely disagree.
Go ahead.
Is that it's like this? It's a social life. People will understand. I get to you when I get to you. But I have so much time that I need dedicating this and invest in this. Brenda just told us about her hustle and what she was doing hustling. We didn't hear anything about, because while I'm out networking, you can come, but hold these books because I got to sell these. Matter of fact, get that side of the room because I'm busy. And unless you're a part of my hustle, all you're doing is being a lodestone around my neck.
Suppose you don't have somebody who doesn't support your hustle that's there to help you sell the books or help you to produce a TV show. It's a lot to it. Don't you want to?
No, I want to ask you. I want to ask David.
Go ahead.
No, the reason I want to ask is because Dr. Dave has been on his soulmate path and he has a lot of investment in his entrepreneurs.
Diamonds in the rough, yeah.
And so what I want to know is, do you find that balance is difficult? And the reason I want to ask him is because as a woman, all the time we're told we're supposed to support men, but men don't support us. So it's kind of like, yeah, baby, that's okay. That little nice little cute thing that you do, whatever. But you cooked me some dinner because I was coming over later. So I want to know, do you see that balance is easier to achieve, and do you think that you've achieved it?
I didn't achieve it with, for those who don't know, I know who my ordained spouse is, and it's someone who I actually was with in the past. And it was hard to achieve that balance personally. So I take from T.D. Jakes. T.D. Jakes says that it's hard to drive the wagon and be tend to the wagon at the same time. And you have to find that balance because as long as you're moving forward, then whoever's in your wagon is feeling neglected.
Well,
and as long as you're tending to the wagon, then you're not moving forward as far as you could go. So it's tough making that balance.
But you said you found the balance. Yeah. Maybe it's just we have not found the balance. That's why we're single and Saturday 4 years in, right? Whatever. So maybe you found your balance. How have you found your balance?
I just think it's all about what you focus on. Like I don't focus on being like social gatherings all the time. Like I wrote an entire book. I've lived in Africa. I've been on TV. I did all of this, and I still have a social life. So it's not impossible.
And you still have the same? Was it the same man?
I still have the same friends. I have my man. We've been together. So I found the balance. It works for me. He does his business. I do my business.
He has his own business. Yes. Or he's a 9 to 5.
He has his own business. He's not a 9 to 5.
That's the difference too. That's a whole nother dynamic to it. Somebody who has a 9 to 5 is they don't want to come home and do extra stuff. Meaning a person who does their business is thinking about their business. They may come home and they're always doing their business. A 9 to 5 goes 9 to 5. I remember being a 9 to 5. You come home, you like, I ain't got nothing else.
So Shelly, is there any such thing as I'm too busy? If people can text and take a minute to give a phone call, how are you too busy? During the course of the day, how are you too busy? You got to sleep, you got to eat.
I don't think you can be too busy. I didn't say I was too busy.
Is that an excuse that people use? I'm too busy.
Too busy is an excuse. But I don't think when it comes to, like she's saying, the balance, when it comes to building your business and being in front of a television, to me, in my mind, is a waste of time. Now, if you say, let's go out and go to Atlantic City. Impromptu day, we go to Atlantic City, right? We had fun, social. I did it. In my spirit, I was thinking, should I take a day off? But it felt right. So me and Danielle go to Atlantic City. Yeah, I didn't work on my business, but it felt good. I needed to get out and do something, but it wasn't like I'm not gonna sit home and watch a
False. You
TV.
did work on your business. Stop lying to yourself. You did? Well, no, I just know. And I say that because I was right there next to you working on my business. We had a great time and we were being social.
I ain't even gonna lie.
But we did further.
We did.
Our investments.
We did. It also has, even though we're having fun, of course, I did some TV, I did some segments, we did some segments together. We supported David Pulley in his next endeavor with the Sexy Singles. We still had hair. Yeah, when he had hair, we supported him. Of course, that's all still business, but I didn't sit home and like I'm always on the computer. Like right now I'm building my website. But to me, sitting at home watching TV is a waste of time. But that's me. What about you, Brenda? So.
Oh, I sit home and watch some TV. Well, for me, a lot of everything I do is inspiration for my writing. Everything. So if I heard somebody use a word today or somebody told me their name, I might be like, that might be good. And as far as relationships, what I had to be careful of for a while is that I would meet men and then they would think that I was this person in the book and that they were going to meet me and have this great sex life with me and everything that was in the book is something I did or wanted to do. So you got me like, yo, slow it down. And then also people think because they've seen you on TV and because you're successful that you're, they put you on a pedestal that you don't put yourself on. So then when you meet people and, I go to a book club, they're like, oh, she's just regular. Because the one lesson my parents told me was whenever I left out that house, they would say, when I was going to be on TV or just doing anything, even when I was young, they would say, my nickname then was Bones because I was skinny. They would say, Bones, just be yourself. And that has always been my motto. So when I deal with relationships and balancing out my family, because like I said, I have children, grandchildren, a great-grandchild, and, a relationship of sorts. Those men in my life, whether they're friends or whether I'm involved with them, are very supportive. This week alone, I was texting back and forth with a male friend of mine, and he was giving me all this information for my next book, because the next book, the male protagonist is the main character. So I'm writing from a man's perspective, and so that's totally different. So I need that man to sound like a real man. I need to know what men look for when they touch women, what they look at when they see women, because what we look at and what we see is different. So, if they can support me in that way, I love it, because people support me without even realizing it sometimes. But without my family, I'd be nowhere.
I agree.
So before we go to break, I want to ask you a question. I want to know about America's Next Top Model, what that experience was like. So we're going to ask you about that when we come back. This is Single on a Saturday Night. Thank you to Howard Gilliam Jr., who has My Special Day TV every Thursday at 1 o'clock on phillycam.org/web channel. You could also go to his website, New Video Productions. He has a lot of things going on. Howard Gilliam Jr., if you have a wedding, a special party, a coming out party, if you want to come out and tell people that you're coming out, you can call Howard and he can film that whole process of you coming out. So Howard Gilliam Jr., he does it all. He also praises the Lord. But anyway, let's go. Sing on a Saturday night.
Hey everybody, my name is Sheena. I'm the creator of the Harry Situation app. If you don't have it, download it now. You may be having a hair situation, and I can help you with that. I provide helpful tips on how to maintain the proper curls and how to purchase the perfect hair for you. So get the app, Hair Situation, on your Google Play or your iTunes store. Hair Situation, download it now.
We're here, single on a Saturday night. We have David with no hair. We got David who wants to get married. Psych. Anyway, and we have Raelia Lewis. Tell us about America's Next Top Model. You actually met and hung out with Tyra Banks.
Yeah.
What was that experience like?
It was a great experience. I actually tried out for the show 4 times. You know,
4 times?
Yeah. My first time trying out, I was 18 years old, and I got denied 4 times in a row. Then eventually I made it at 22. It was a great experience. It was very difficult. It was my first time, you know, being on TV and, you know, getting the idea of cameras and mics and how everything works behind the scenes and, you know, really long days on set. We would be on set sometimes for over 15 hours. And we were expected to still be a B and, you know, still be alive and present. So it was really difficult. The hardest part for me was the challenges, you know, just having to do those crazy, entertaining things, you know, so for the enjoyment of the viewers. So that was the hardest part. And of course, the elimination process was definitely really tough, especially when I was eliminated. We were in South Korea when I actually got sent home. And I mean, it was great to be in South Korea, but it sucked to be eliminated.
Right? Did you cry?
I definitely cried.
I mean, did you cry on camera?
Yes, I did cry on camera. Yeah, it was a really real moment for me. I wasn't expecting to go home.
What about like tips for young ladies coming into the business, young men coming in? What are some of the key tips that you learned being on America's Next Top Model that they should look or be preparing themselves for as they want to move forward in their career?
I actually put a section in my book about that where I actually give...
Say the title of the book again.
The book is called Trust Your Journey. The book releases Saturday. I'm sorry, I can't even think of the date. But it's Saturday, July 2nd. And it's a part of the book where I talk about tips on becoming a model, you know, how to build a portfolio, how to start shooting, measurements with our comp cards, because I really wanted to give, you know, the younger generation an idea of what it takes to become a model. There's a perception in Philly about what it takes, and it's not always correct. So I'm actually in the industry, and I took the time out to just kind of improve what they're being told. And it's a really short part of the book, but it really is very in depth. Like, it really shows them what they need to do. It has the exact numbers as far as measurements and everything. So I included that because I get so many emails and DMs about what do I need to do, who should I be shooting with.
I believe we have somebody in the audience who's a model too. Do you have any questions?
She looks like a model.
I have a question. Well, I actually got my modeling contract back in September of last year.
Congrats.
Thank you. Yeah. And it has taken me a lot of time to actually, you know, learn and get out of my comfort zone, which I love to do. That's why I kind of put myself out there a lot.
Yeah.
And I'm also an entrepreneur. I am writing my first children's book series.
Nice.
I'm done 1 book, well, 2 books. And it's a 12-book series, but it's coming along really, really good. And I feel like once in learning from both of y'all, it's funny how God put me in this place right at this time. Because it's amazing how, you know, you're an entrepreneur, you're an author and an entrepreneur, and I'm a mom of 3 children.
Wow.
So, yes, I am.
I thought it was 2.
No, it's 3. And it's amazing how when you talked about balance and how everything works out, and I'm single, which is, I'm happy and single, and it's just amazing how, you know, us as women and men, we come together and we just share our experiences and learning about being a model. I've learned a lot, and it's so much fun. It's so amazing. And you learn and you just find out more about people and being around people and, you know, writing books. It's amazing. I do want to eventually write a different type of book, not just children's books. But one question I have for you: how did you actually, with being a model, how did you get from, you know, where you started to being the person that you are over that time, that journey?
Do you mean as far from aspiring model to actually like sign agency model? Is that your question?
Aspiring model.
Well, I started pursuing a modeling career when I was about 16 years old, and I did it locally in the Philadelphia area. It was really tough because I had no direction, I had no guidance, I didn't know anything. All I knew was that I wanted to be a model. I didn't have the money to invest in a portfolio or pay photographers or anything, so I kind of hustled. I used social media. I used Facebook, MySpace, Twitter, and I would write photographers and, you know, hey, are you interested in shooting me? I'm 6 foot, and, you know, some of them were interested, and then when I would get pictures, I would push those pictures. I would use those pictures to contact more photographers. And then over that time, I just built my portfolio, but it sucked. It wasn't good. So I didn't get signed. So it took me a really long time to learn the importance of actually paying photographers and investing in your career. You can't expect, like, you get out of something what you put into it.
Yeah.
So if you're getting free pictures, they're probably not going to be the best pictures all the time. So you kind of have to be willing to like sacrifice. I go to the club sometimes, so why can't I not go to the club this week, save my money, and just put it towards a photo shoot? You know, so you just have to find that balance in that as well. Maybe I can go to Miami this year with my friends, but I can get a really great photo shoot that can get me a really great job and get me signed with a really great agency.
So what does the agency do? This is what I want to know. What does the agency do for you? You got signed to an agency, you're signed to an agency. What does the agency actually do for you that you can't do for yourself?
Well, the agency places you with huge companies, huge designer, huge brands. It's really tough to book a huge campaign without an agency because most companies want professional models. And you can say, oh, I'm a freelance model, you can be pretty and all that, but they want to see who's representing you, who's backing you. Because then when I know someone's backing you and I know someone else believes in you, I want to give you money to promote and to represent my company.
Okay. Exactly. Yeah, that's true. Exactly what she said. Because I know my modeling agency, they like, I'm absolutely happy with them. Like, they give me my time to grow, and knowing that I have multiple things that I'm doing, it's a process. But they connect you with people that are like, major companies or just people in general, and photographers that are really good at what they do. Yes.
Photographers.
And say if you are a person that doesn't have like money to, purchase pictures or get pictures taken, at least they'll do a test shoot with a good person that they know is good.
Yeah,
so
they invest for you. Like they'll
really
invest in a shoot for you, and they'll just put it to your books. If you go to for a country, they'll give you housing and allowances, and they'll provide everything for you. Now you will have to pay that money back when you start working, but they put you in the position to actually start working.
So you have a book. We're getting ready to wrap up. You have your book.
Yes.
What is the one thing you want people to know about the book to make them go out and buy your book?
I want them to know that nothing comes easy, and that's what the book is about. It talks about modeling, but it's so much more than modeling. It talks about having a dream and being from North Philadelphia and an inner city community and rising above that. I didn't fall victim to all the statistics or the stigmas of what someone from where I'm from will fall victim to. And I want to show them why I didn't, what it took, my heart, where my mind was at, how I always knew what I wanted and how I went about getting it. It's so important to know what you want. They say when you're driving a ship, if you don't know where the ship is going, you're just going all over the water. But when you have direction and you plant those seeds every single day, and I've been planting these seeds for years, and now I finally get to see them, they're blossoming because I've been working so hard at it for so long. So I want people to realize that you have to know what you want, and this is how you go about knowing what you want. Write it down, have a vision, meditate, negotiate, meet people, network, and just really fully invest in yourself and believe in yourself.
Well, the book, where can they get it? I know it comes out July 2nd, but by
Yes.
the time they see this, it might be after July 2nd. So where can they get it? Is it going to be available online and on Amazon and all that?
No, it's going to be available on my website, RaeliaLewis.com.
Spell your name, Raelia.
Raelia, that's Raelia. Lewis is LEWIS.com.
All right, so Brenda.
Yes, ma'am.
How can we get women on time?
Well, you can go to my website, brendalthomas.net, or you can go to amazon.com, or you can walk into Barnes & Noble.
All right, so this is Single on a Saturday Night. I think we had another question from the audience. We're going to take a break and come back to that question. But Single on a Saturday Night, thank you to my hair sponsor, which is Rashina Stewart of Exquisite Hair Design. Get the app, pull out your phone, Hairy Situation, and don't forget to follow us on our social media channels like Single on a Saturday Night YouTube, Single on a Saturday Night Facebook, and everywhere. We're everywhere, so follow us. Get to know us. All right, you hear me? Do you hear what I'm saying to you? I mean it. Shell Williams. Let's go. Hey everybody, it's your girl Shell Williams, Philly's Oprah right here at Exquisite Hair Design with Rashina Stewart. And today, I have the natural look. She had to talk me into it. So, are you a natural girl or a weave girl?
Oh God. I'm a natural today, but I'm a weave girl. I love my weave. I can do whatever I want.
And that's the whole point. We've been going all over asking men, are you a natural or a weave? Which one do you prefer in a woman?
I prefer natural hair. I mean, weave is alright, but natural hair all the way for me. Well, you know, I'm not straight, but if I like girls, I probably would go with like the fantasy, Beyonce, all the way down to the ankles type of chick. That's just what I prefer. You know, if I was to see a girl, you know, and for the future. But that'd be it. But natural, it's alright.
Hey, you watching Single on a Saturday night right here, TGI Fridays, 4,000 City Air. We do this every fourth Saturday, and I need you and you to join us, whoever. Why don't you invite your friends? Tell them come out.
3 friends that I have that are not here, I'm gonna need you to come out and come visit us, even though you know all of these people, and act like you don't and be interested in what we have to say.
That was very convincing. Anyway, we're talking to Raelia Lewis. She is a model/author. What else do you add to your model/author? What made you decide to write a book?
Actually, a good friend of mine was like, you know, Ray, you have a great story. You should write a book. And I always loved poetry. I always loved literature, but I never really thought I had the time to write a book. I was just focused on modeling. All I knew was modeling. And I got to a point where I was like, you know what, I'm more than that. But what else am I good at? I forgot all about my talents and, you know, everything that I was good at because I was just so focused on this one thing in my life. And I decided to, you know what, maybe he's right. You know, and I believe in God, so I believe that God blesses us through other people. I believe in God too. Yes, I'm like, I took his advice and I just sat down, and then one night I just wrote a book. And it took more than one night, but I wrote like the majority of the book in one single night, and then I tweaked it and I changed it and I experienced some other things and I added. But yeah, a good friend of mine inspired me to do that.
So modeling, some people have questions about being a model because, you know, we may not know about the modeling industry. So Tamara, do you have a question?
I do. Your story is great, but I hear a lot of people, you know, I want to be a model. When you're looking for an agency to back you, as you said, how do you know that you have a reputable agency that you know that's going to handle you getting you out there? And that's another deterrent outside of being an African woman.
That can be, it depends on how you approach it, because you know it's a great agency because you do research. You see the models they represent and the jobs and the clients they have, and you say, oh, this is a great agency. And you look at their board. You know, you see the amount of black women they have and, you know, the other girls they have, and you decide, what do I fit in? But also you kind of pay attention to their approach. Are they excited about you? You know, do they sound happy to have you come in? Or are they just like, oh yeah, okay, you know, we like her.
That's what I was just
thinking. Then from that, you decide, okay, do I want to sign with this agency that is so-so and just see if they can push me? Or do I want to go with the agency who's like really like gung-ho happy about me? And that's a decision that you have to make. Because they'll sign you, you know, and you can push yourself and book these jobs as well. But you want somebody who does really believe in you.
Okay, so do they supply you with an agent that you will have that's going to just follow your career and where you get booked, where you get signed, or is that something you do for yourself?
An agency has agents, and those agents represent models. So one agent doesn't have just one model. They have multiple models. And, you know, usually the models who are working, who are bringing in the most money, normally are pushed, of course, to the top. But if they really like you and they believe in you and they see raw talent, they will work with you. They will build with you. But you have to be willing to work, too. You have to be willing to build and to hustle.
And Philadelphia has a lot of great agencies, MMA, Wilhelmina, Reinhardt.
Yeah.
I've dealt with all the agencies because, you know, working for a company that needed models all the time, we always had to go to these agencies. And they're great agencies in Philadelphia that if you're looking to be a model, so it's not far-fetched. You can really become a model if you have what it takes. And it's not all about a certain size. It really isn't.
Or height.
Yes, you have a great size, but it's not all about a certain size. Sometimes we're looking for old men. Sometimes you're looking for an older woman with gray hair. There's always a different person that these agencies hire, and it's not, some people are afraid to go to agencies because, oh, I don't fit the mold, but they are really looking for all types of people. Yes, they want the one that stands out in the crowd, but they also want the ones that are looking for, like you may need a certain different, almost did this from the start.
What about the dark side of it, Shelly?
Yeah, that's what I wanted to talk about.
When you were talking about reputable agencies, what about those individuals, especially, and I have to put it out there are men that are sexual predators that are in these agencies.
Oh yeah, that's what I write about in the book as well.
Where it's looking at, well, maybe there's going to be a trade-off. I will help your career, but you know the couch is available.
Not even just the couch, your money, because if you don't know what your agent knows, it's like you having this accountant. Oh, my accountant handles this, but if you don't know what that accountant's doing, he's doing some stuff on the other side, and you end up not having anything. So
I think with anything in life, there's good and bad. of 9 to 5. Any career you want, there's good people, there's bad people. Things are going to happen. Nothing is always going to be right. Life isn't perfect, and you go through some things. You go through rejection, you go through losses, failures, everything. So yeah, you will meet people who will try to offer you things. I haven't experienced that through an agency, but I have experienced that as a freelance model. It's up to you what you allow. You know, you choose who you bring into your life. You choose your actions.
I just wanted you to get there, because I think what happens is a lot of these young girls fall victim because they don't know that, because no one put it to them in that context.
Yeah, and that's what I wrote about in my book. I just wanted them to know you have a choice.
Because it is some predators
you have
out
a choice,
there. But we're in a day and age of lots of information is out there, and if you fall prey to somebody want to get on their couch, that's because you want to get on the couch.
Yeah, there's always a choice.
That's what you want to do, because the information is out there, and the agencies, the reputable agencies are out there. So it's up to you to look, find, get a book,
and read the book, because everything that we're talking about is all in there.
Say the name.
Trust Your Journey.
Say your name.
Woman on Top.
Woman on Top. Both books will be available. Amazon, RaeliaLewis.com,
July 2nd.
BrendaLThomas.com. So support. All right, this is Single on a Saturday Night. We're out.